this Panthers team, the game doesn't really start for them until they're down by 2 goals. Like they're always dangerous and they're going to fight back. And I thought it was massive when Lundell got that late first period goal. So you only go into the dressing room down 2-1 because it felt like the Leafs could have been up 4 or 5-0 with how well they played in the first period. But the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because I didn't have any sound. Like I said, I had the small TV, but I remember watching the Bruins series where the Panthers would be up. And I don't want to say they're cheering for the Bruins, but they were like, okay, well, it's cute for the little Panthers what they did, but watch this. Oh, the Panthers have a 3-0 lead. Okay, well, the Bruins are about to come back. Watch it. They had no faith in the Panthers. So I'm glad you tell me now that everybody's coming around because the disrespect for the Heat and the Panthers in round 1 is changing right now.
Yeah, let them know, Crowder. Dono, Crowder. All I've got to say is
take down Canada. Freedom.
We did it.
Bro.
We're 2 games away from officially taking down Canada.
Do you guys remember what the Leafs fans were saying? I mean, do you remember what the Leafs fans were saying right before the series?
Florida! We want Florida! We want Florida!
You want him, you got him.
Yeah.
And you know what you do with a Leaf? You know what you do with a Leaf? You take out the broom and you sweep them, baby!
Let's go. They wanted Florida, huh?
They did.
Point across. Yeah.
I mean, isn't it pretty dumb logic? Because, like, you know, these mighty Boston Bruins, they lost to Florida. Like, are you sure you want the team that just beat the mighty Bruins in the best-of-7 series? They're clearly there's something special happening down here in Florida, Crowder, and I think it has a lot to do with, and I'm sure you can probably speak to this from your football experience, the fact that the Panthers from January on, because they had such an awful start to the year, and they were, you know, trying to basically work their way into the playoff standings for the last 4 months of the season. They've basically been playing playoff intensity hockey since January. Doesn't that give you an advantage? Like when you get into the postseason and you've had that mentality since January that we're fighting for our lives every single game, they were able to carry that over into the playoffs. And clearly the Bruins weren't. And clearly the Maple Leafs didn't know what they were about to get into.
Oh, and 100%, Dono, in that drive, that grind, you automatically, I wouldn't say your confidence is down, but you have to grind like that late in the season because you weren't playing good hockey up to then. You were trying to play your way into the playoffs a month left in the season. But now you start winning and you're maybe a little shaky on your confidence, and now you start beating good teams. That's going to build your confidence even more where, you know what, we are good. We can play with them. Then you whoop the number 1 seed. Bro, they came into this Maple Leaf series with so much damn swag. It was ridiculous.
You know, one of the things I want to ask Bill Lindsay about when he joins us at 2:20 is there something to be said that these Panthers, they look better on the road than they do at home? Like they've what do they have?
Yeah.
5 playoff victories on the road and only 1 at home so far?
One at home. It was game 6 versus the Bruins. We beat Boston 3 times in Boston. They lost all regular season through 82 games. Greatest regular season record in the history of the NHL. They lost 3 games at home all season. Panthers took 3 in a 7-game series. Hey, Crowder, you know what you do with a Leaf? I know you know. You roll it, baby. You roll it.
I don't know what you're speaking of. I was just in LA, but I don't know what you're speaking of.
Well, I know you got a couple brooms in your house, right? Because we're definitely sweeping up some Leafs, baby. Let's see. You know, maybe this person here knows what to do with a Leaf, and sweep it. Hold on. We gotta bring him back on for a second. Jimmy's gonna do a little producing.
Jimmy, what you doing, Jimmy?
All right. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it in a second.
What is he doing?
We'll come back to it in a second.
By the way, I've already gotten the I was texting with Jerry in Toronto this morning, and he tells me that all the people he works with who are all Leafs fans, he's an Edmonton Oilers fan. He hates the Maple Leafs, but they're all complaining about the calls. Like they're complaining about the officials, and they should have had power plays, and like Bennett should have been ejected from the game, they're saying. So they're doing a lot of whining up there, despite the fact that nobody has been screwed over more so far in these playoffs by the refs than the Panthers have. Like, if they breathe on you wrong, they're putting them in the penalty box. That's the way it's gone with these Cats. And yet the Toronto Maple Leafs fans, just because their team apparently isn't good enough at home to beat a team from a place with no ice, they're complaining about not getting calls.
Oh, yeah, and it happens. I was actually listening to a hockey broadcast, and they were talking about how early in the series they'll call more calls to kind of set the tone on what the series is going to be. Then game 3, 4, 5, it might, the call count always goes down and it comes back up. The refs are setting the tone on how they're going to call it. To be honest, I'm not because it's from our side benefiting, Dono. You have to learn how to play the game in those circumstances. In football, you have to learn, are they ticky-tack holding refs, or are they not the ticky-tack guys? If you're not a ticky-tack guy, hey, Leafs, get a little more damn aggressive if they're not calling it. Don't get mad at our aggression. Match our aggression, so they're not going to call the call. Get you some shots in. Hell, let's play hockey.
Some people might call today Cinco de Mayo. I don't know about you guys, but I'm officially dubbing it Cinco de Gato. And guess who knows what to do with a leaf? The man who celebrates with Swisha Sweets, Mark Hochman. Roll you a leaf, baby. Let's
freedom.
I mean, I believe Jimmy has ruined my entire pit stop here at Yeehaw Junction by hanging up on me 3 times. They called the cops. They think I'm loitering, and now I don't even know what to do anymore. I was going to celebrate the Panthers with you guys, and Jimmy's prank calling me for some reason on a Friday.
Don't go to jail at Yeehaw Junction, big dog. I'm praying for you.
Were you even able to watch the game on that tiny TV? I saw that picture that you sent out yesterday. What was up with that?
If no one has seen my Twitter, you have to go to @MarkHochman. Now, I may have done a little bit of injustice to the hotel by taking the picture at a perfect angle to make it look like it was the size of a stamp. But I was staying at a Marriott Bonvoy.
Whoa, boy.
The Bonvoy. And my Bonvoy credit card was actually bigger than the TV on the wall. And I did my best. I looked at it, and I got an idea of what was going on.
Is a Bonvoy with an N, or you staying at a Bombavoy? I don't think it's the same place I stay, Hawk.
I think I was at the Convoy.
That's what it looked like.
You could have watched it on your phone. The screen would have been bigger. That would have been my recommendation.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. But what are you going to do? You're traveling to get yourself some Panthers. It was all right.
Were you concerned? Like the first 10 minutes, Hawk, it looked like Toronto was going to win the game like 8-1. Were you getting concerned, or did you have guts and faith all throughout?
I texted a friend of mine as we were watching it, and I said, you knew that they were going to come out with a huge onslaught at the beginning, talking about Toronto. And I said, if they can withstand this, maybe they can put it together by the end. I didn't think they would withstand it and then all of a sudden come out in the second period and fire off 2 goals in the first minute and 6 seconds and completely take the air out of that arena. I spent plenty of time texting Rob Pizzola in Toronto last night during the game. He was distraught. He is beside himself. That entire city doesn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't either after they spent time doing this.
Losers.
Bunch of bums. Bunch of bums.
We should start a chant back in Sunrise tomorrow, Sunday. In second thought, in retrospect, we were wrong.
It doesn't have the ring, Hawk. I gotta say, it doesn't have the ring.
Yeah, work on that.
I'm massaging it. I'm working on it.
Massage it a little bit.
I'm going to talk to a couple people here at the Yeehaw Junction at the subway.
Hawk
they can't
entered
spell,
Yeehaw
Hawk.
Junction. He entered Yeehaw Junction, immediately lost all his swag. Literally all of it.
Oh, sorry that I'm driving all day long. You call me, say, hey, come on the show with us, and then Jimmy proceeds to hang up on me 3 times in a row. He was fine when he wanted to have a conversation with me, and like I'm a radio novice. He's like, are you ready to go on the air? I'm like, well, what did you do? Just call to talk?
Is your radio down or your windows up?
Hey, brother. How's life?
That's exactly. And then, he's like, all right. So you ready to go on the air? I'm like, yeah. Why am I parked here in Yeehaw Junction?
Hog, we getting the respect we deserve? Because we were just talking about it, man. I don't know if nationally they're respecting us like they should.
I based on the text that I'm getting from people and tweets and stuff, I think they're a story.
Yeah.
I think the Panthers are a story. And I think if the Heat keep doing what they're doing and the Panthers keep doing what they're doing, Miami is a story when it comes to sports. Rob Pizzola texted me a couple times yesterday regarding the Panthers, team of destiny. And I'm kind of starting to buy into that. I tweeted out yesterday as well. I got to apologize. Paul Maurice and Sergei Bobrovsky. I mean, if you question, sorry, big truck going by here. Yeehaw Junction is very popular with the truckers.
Wave out, wave. Tell them to do the honk thing, man.
Do the honk.
Let's see inside, Ned. What were we saying?
Large Marge.
Hey, there goes Cunio. Hey, Cunio. There's my Cunio here. He's got a new baby, too. It's Cunio in an undershirt driving a very small truck.
Oh, his life's about to change, boy. He's about to change.
Anyway, I'm buying into the team of destiny thing. I really am. And Paul Maurice. So I was thinking about it after last night's game. It takes cojones if you're Bill Zito and Vinny Viola and Doug Sifu to say, we won the President's Trophy, but we're not happy with a second-round exit. We're going to trade Jonathan Huberdeau, even though he's beloved by fans. We're going to get rid of the coach who took over early in the season and led them to a President's Trophy. We think we can get better. And I don't think there's a lot of front offices that would have that mindset. And wow, I didn't buy it and I criticized it. And then all of a sudden, somehow you get through Boston, and now you do in the first 2 games what you've done to Toronto. We owe Bill Zito and all those guys an apology because it seems to be working exactly the way that they intended.
Those guys, they've got a bunch of huevos rancheros on Cinco de Gato, baby. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes, sir.
Well, Hawk, have a safe drive, sir. Stop at an Olive Garden if you pass one, and you'll be back Monday, right?
No, there's no Olive Gardens. There's no Olive Garden. Hawk, go get you a whites only pie.
I
know that diet is around you somewhere. Just go get you one of those.
I want to next week. I want to bring in our real Italian friends. Donna one, but Pizzola, Toretta, Jim DeJoseph. I want to know what they think about Olive Garden, but I don't want to get sidetracked on this celebratory day, and I didn't even mean to take up this much time. If you could put me on hold so I can speak to Jimmy again, I'd appreciate it.
We'll do that.
All right.
Jimmy might hang up on you first, but we'll try.
Put every button. That's him.
That's the man, Mark Hochman. Hey, so Solana, do we have to do any? We're gonna be joined by Bill Lindsay. Now I got to tell Bill we're running late. But do we have any headlines we need to do before we talk to Bill?
We do. I'll do these headlines as Jimmy laughs in the background with Hawk. They're driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford, we know trucks. The only headline right now, and it comes from the great texters. Here's your chant. They have perfected it. Jimmy, help me out here. And I want everybody to tune in. We got Florida. You got Florida. You got Florida. You got Florida.
Bit off
That's
more
the
than they
chant
could chew.
right there, baby. That's the chant. We'll work on it as we head into 6 o'clock. Your weather, by the way, sponsored by Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE. A beautiful afternoon in South Florida. It's not cold, Dono. It's not cold like it is up in Toronto. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon in South Florida. That's your weather.